This is my new online ordering system. I've actually developed this just because I got a request from a guy who wanted an output or a receipt format. So let me just show you how it works. So let's say the name is Jesus Peace. Okay, that's the name of the guy right there. That's his phone number. Okay, now the quantity of wine ordered there. All you just need to do now is click on total, and to see the display that is required by this guy, click on that, and that is it. And I also have a calculator embedded in it, so you can just use the calculator to check out the total. Like let's say 8 multiplied by 8.9 multiplied by 8.9, clear, 8 times 8. Okay, there. Okay, you can see the price there. So that's how this very calculator works. Okay, I have date, time, reference number, and all of those information. You will definitely see them on the receipt. If you want to see the whole of this code, I will advise you to watch all of the program, and towards the end you see a full introduction to the codes. So let's go into Java NetBeans and start a new project now. Hi and welcome to my new project. This project I'm going to be calling this ordering system. It's going to be a little bit different from the one created earlier. So that's my ordering system now. So I'm going to uncheck this create main class, click on finish. Now I have my file right there, so just right click and go to new, select JFrame, and the JFrame I will name that others, and right here let's call that others as well, underscore with an S. So that's the name of the package. Click on finish. Now I have my other system there, so what I just need to do now is to define my frame, right? So the frame, let's go for something a little bit I like it to fill the system, so let's change the size to about 1800 plus by, let's give this 1002, or maybe just change this to 2000. Just let's see what will happen. Okay, that's the size, supposed to be the size of my frame right now. Okay, I might as well even just compile and run just to see how it looks on the screen. So let's run it and see. Okay, this is how it's looking right now, sort of like fill up the whole screen. Yeah, so I may have to, I think I'll work with this. I think that's fine. So let's work with this. Close that. So I can always maybe remodify, or maybe just change it. Let's change it. Change this one to 1000 here. So that's fine. Okay, the next thing I'll do now is I'm gonna need frames. Only one frame here. Let's change the border style of that very frame so that it's visible for me. Let's look for border style. That's the border style there. Change that to approximately the thickness. Just change it to 4. I'm just gonna copy that same panel. Let's copy that very panel. It's a panel, not a frame, sorry about that. So copy it and just extend it that much, bring this down and bring this down, right down. Okay, the next thing I will need now is, let's move this to here. Okay, the next thing I will need to work on is tab plane right there. That's my tab plane. Drag it maybe about that. Yeah, that would do. Just bring it down a little bit. Okay, that's my tab there. You guys might not be able to see it, but that's the tab. Okay, for you to be able to see the tab properly, I will now add a panel to it. Click and select. Make sure you get the jagged edge or the broken lines before you drop your panel in. Okay, drop it in, then you can see this. Alright, so you can then right click, edit that very one. I intend to call it receipt. And I need another one. I'm going to add another panel. Click, come here to get my second tab. I don't have the jagged edge yet, so come here, or the broken. Let's get it. I need to get these broken lines. Yeah, that's the broken line. You can see that. Okay, then drop it. That's the second one. I only need 2 of those. So the second one, right click and just edit that, change that to calculator right there. So with the second one, I can just drop whatever I want to. Let's paste my calculator buttons there. Okay, that's my calculator buttons in there. So the buttons is out of the way. So we also need, yeah, that's fine. The next thing I need now is you see these very receipts there. I would need text area. This very text area, click, just drop it in there, resize it how I want. Enough about that. Yeah, that would do. I'll be using the text area as my receipt. Okay, so if I run my program now, let's say I compile and just run. Yeah, run. Oh, there's an error there somewhere. This is how it looks. That's the text area and that's the calculator buttons. Right now they do nothing much. Okay, all right, that's clear. All right, let's go back and just continue. Okay, the first thing I would do is to fix the error that we had in the calculator. Let's just take care of that. Now you can see it right there. Okay, that means there's an error in there. If I click on the source of the calculator, okay, what the problems are is just some variables that are missing. There they are. If you want to know how to create a calculator, I've already created some calculators on YouTube. You can have a look at those. All I've just done is just copy my calculator that I've created and just paste it on this new project, and those are the lines of codes for the calculator. There they are. Those are the variables missing. So all I just need to do now is to come right underneath here and just paste my missing variables there, and that'll be all. So if I click on debug, as you can notice, all of the errors are gone. So I can then run my program again and just play around with my calculator there. Okay, you see it's working as expected. All right, one other thing is if you notice this, my tab, I think maybe I should put a border around it. Let's put a border around the tab. Let's come in here, select the tab itself, this very tab, make sure it's selected, and just click on border, and that's the line. Maybe I should make that about 2 there, so hopefully I should be able to see the border around the tab right now if I run my program. Okay, you can see the border around it. So the next thing I'm going to do is just to finish up the design of my interface. Okay, let's get that over with. Move this here. Let's move this right underneath here. Okay, this is how the design of my interface is looking right now. But the next thing I would do is let me just run it so that you see it anyway. But this is how it's looking right now. And like I said earlier on, if you need the codes for the calculator, that's very easy. You will find that on my YouTube channel anyway. And in fact, if you need the code for this very program, you can always send me an email and I'll send you the codes. Okay, you see this jTextArea, that would be the output for whatever order that is made. So let's continue. So the first thing I'll do is to add a button. Let's get a button on board, and I'll call that display there. Alright, maybe change the font. So let's change the font of this display to something, and make that 12 for now. Then the next thing I'll do is I need as follows. I need some labels, and that label I'll call that quantity. Let's just say QTY. Change the font size to 12 as well, or maybe 10 for now. No, that's a bit too small. Let's go for 12, and that's it. So I need a couple of those. Maybe I should move this up here really. So let's delete that and just drag it up there. Yeah, that's fine. And I'll just speed it up and get back to you guys. Okay, I've finished with the design of the interface, and this is how it's looking right now. Okay, let's move this so that you can see it. That's how it looks right now. One thing I'd like to achieve is for to be able to click on the display button right here and display the data, every single data in these text boxes. Okay, this design is very similar to my previous order system that's on YouTube as well for you guys to see. But before I continue, I intend to import the following. I've already imported some for the back color, the dates, the calendar, and I also intend to this time around make sure I generate a reference number, which I did not do in the previous one. So the following importation, I'll just add those to the system there. Okay, this is to write to the file or read from the file. Okay, so let me just compile and run the system so that you guys see what I'm talking about. So if I click on run anyway, this is how the system is looking right now. Okay, so the calculator is working as expected. Okay, but the rest of the component, exit, I believe the exit is working now. If I click on that, no, it's not working. Oh, it is working. Let's see. Let's go back to the code of the exit. Just double click on that. No, it's not working. That is it right there. Let's see again what happened. That is the exit code. So let me just cut that off and paste it right in here. That's my exit code. So if I run I should have compiled. Okay, let's see. I click on exit. Yeah, the exit is now working. That's the lines of code for just to exit the system. Okay, the next thing I will do now is to declare some variables for the order. Okay, so let's declare some variable now. Come in here and go right underneath here. Here I already have the variables for the calculator. Now here are the variables for my ordering system. Okay, so I would like to change the color of my background. You can always select whatever color you want. So I'm just going to click on the event. Now come to the window activate, and the color of my background, I just enter that right there. You can always choose whatever color you want. Let's see if there's any other color that might look good. Let's try maybe, yeah, let's try that and see what will happen. Let me just run it and see. Compile, let's run it. I still have some error in there which we can easily take care of anyway. Alright, that's the color. That looks very horrible. So let's just change it around. Go back in there. Right click on, let's look for the events. Yeah, right there. So maybe I should just leave it as black. I prefer black. That looks good. Okay. Yeah, why not? Let's see. Maybe there's any other color. No, I'm going to settle for black there. The next thing I want to do now is take care of that very button there. Okay, let's go for j key 1 dot set text. Let's make that none. Right. So I'll just repeat the same thing for all and get back to you guys. And right here, those are the reset codes. Sorry, for my component, for all the component on my system. Let's come down here, double click on total. There, right here I've already entered the codes for the total. I have a local variable declared there, and those are the lines of codes for my calculation for the item purchased online. There they are. Okay, now with the total, everything is completed there, but here that's for the date, the time. Okay, from here down here, those lines of codes are just for the date and the time. And here I have my final calculation for the total. Here is converted to pound sign. You can see the pound sign there. Right, those are just the line of code for total. Okay, let's take it down, bring it down so that you can see it more. Now the next thing is, if you notice there's still an error here, let me come here and just take care of that. Now if I double click on my display, I have this in here, so all I just need to do is to change that to j quantity 1 and j quantity 2. Those ones are sorted, but I'm gonna need more of those because I actually need it to display on my text field. So click in there and just make this number 4, and this one, add one more here, and that'll be quantity 3. Yeah, and this one change it to 3. Let's change this to 3 as well. So that's the error there gone. This is supposed to be my display. It's not going to work as expected right now. It will give wrong information, but I still need to get it right. Okay, right here I've used try catch. If I don't use that, this writer will not work, I think. And I've actually asked it to create a file for me. So I'm just going to change the name of those that I've verified to I order. I don't have any I order there, but what will happen is the system will actually generate a text file called I order, and that is that. So if there's any error, my try catch function will just pop in and get that sorted for me. So I think everything is in order now. So let me just compile it and see, and I'll take it from there. We look at this, we might not need this anymore. Okay, that's for the calculator. If you need this code, you can always just send me an email and I'll get it forwarded to you. So let's see, compile, let's run it and see. The error is gone now, so that's it. That means we're on the right track. Okay, end of the first part of this tutorial.